welcome back. And today we're gonna do part two about trading psychology. I know the content on my channel changed recently a little bit. And in the first video, if you haven't seen it, it's like a 40-minute long video where I talked about awareness and how to train your awareness. And I wanted to do a second part on this because it's like real-time awareness. You can be aware afterwards, but you need to catch it before it actually happens. So I want to dive into this a little bit more. And yeah, so let's start right away. So basically awareness is the foundation. And if you haven't seen the video, go watch it right now. So basically you learn to see your patterns. Let's say recognition after effect. What does this mean? So let's say you realize, oh, after the trade is already closed, I was super angry, my heart was racing, or whatever. So of course, like I write it down here, hide inside doesn't pay, because afterwards we all know, oh, I should have not been, or let's say not, I should have not been angry, but you have to feel the emotion. It's okay. That's what I also talked about in the first part. And the bigger part is to realize that in the second when it builds up. So basically and it usually comes with symptoms. And I maybe started talking about this a little bit before, but I want to dive in a little bit more deep. So there are two kinds of awareness, and let's say this is what I talked about after the fact. So you journal and you see, the trade closed, you went away, and then later you came back and journaled, and you see, okay, there is this problem, but it didn't stop you in the moment when it happened. You feel productive, but it isn't always productive. Think about it. You spotted a pattern, and tomorrow you're gonna do the same thing, and again and again and again, and you're always gonna lose. And you're like, yeah, I'm always getting angry, blah blah blah, but you cannot do anything about this. And this is why live awareness is so happy. So you basically train to catch you in the moment when it's happening. What I talked about with the monkey showing up, and it comes in different shapes, and which you are not even aware of yet. So, and basically all it is, you need, when you realize, you create kind of like a pause, and instead of reacting, this is how you break the loop. And this is your edge, this is your trading, and this is what I talked about. Trading is the art of not reacting. So you need to practice this, and it's a muscle. It's like your biceps. If you go to the gym for 5 years, it will be well trained. Doesn't matter if it's big or not, but it will have some power. You can do something with that. So yeah, you need to train it. And there are 6 signs, and one of them is body tension. And I talked about this very often. Let's say your heart, I don't know, not your heart, but let's say your jaw is clenching. Like I do this all the time, or I bite my lip. When I'm very stressed, I bite my lip all the time. Or you start to have very shallow breathing, like now think about it. If you would breathe like this for an hour, you will be stressed out as hell. It's not good for you. Your chest would feel tight. Your shoulders would raise up to your ears. So you need to push your shoulders down so you can relax, take a deep breath. And usually what happens, this is the second sign, is let's say you have a game plan, and now the price is approaching, and last minute you start to change it. Also one of the signs that you are probably not aware. Or let's say you see something and you're like, oh my god, no, I'm gonna hop into this price right now, even though it's not your edge, and you're like, no, this is different, I feel like I've seen this before, blah blah blah. Just an excuse. And this excuse, guess what? It's a monkey. It's your thought. It's not you. So, and what we all do is, for example, revenge trading. You lose, you want to make the money back, you click immediately. You reverse your position, you add to your position, you don't even have your checklist anymore. Oh, is this, I don't know what kind of technical analysis you use. Let's say you use a breaker block, FVG, volume, whatever, and then you ignore it all. You just click. You're in your tunnel. Your heart is already racing because step one, your body's already tight, your breath is already short, and this is how it builds up. And then, I don't know, let's say with win high sizing, it's even loss high sizing. It can go both ways. So let's say you're getting overconfident, and then you start betting more and more and more and more lots because you don't have like a rule, you don't block yourself, you don't have like these walls integrated into your trading, and then you start adding more and more size, or it goes against you and you're adding more size because you think like, okay, if I add here, then if it goes back up, I'm gonna make more money and now I can buy in a discount, but you don't stick to your rules, you're just gambling. And then the most famous one, I would say it's the screen lock-in. You're staring at the chart. What I talked about, you got no control. Zero. None. Absolutely no control about nothing in your life. You don't know. You will walk out down on the street. For some reason, somebody hits you with a car, even though you looked across the street, but he came up with 150 miles. And it's over. You got no control. Of course, you can decide what you want to do, but what's going to happen, you got no control over it. So staring at the chart won't help you. Looking how the price is approaching the level doesn't help you. If you're in the trade and staring at the chart, it won't move the candle towards your TP. No, this is not how it works. So yeah, let's get a little bit into detail about this. So, like I said before, heart race. You feel like, okay, my heart, you can feel the pump, and it's pumping. If it goes, this is what I found out for myself. If my heart rate is above 80, I have to walk away. I just have to chill. Also a very famous one. If you lean into the screen and you're kind of like staring at it, so, and there is a cue. Always ask yourself, what is my body doing? So maybe you need like a pre-trading routine, and then ask yourself, okay, what do my shoulders do? What is my jaw doing? How's my breath? There are so many factors. And then this is also something we talked about. You want the top tick, bottom tick, or you stare so crazy at the 1 minute chart and you see, oh my god, this trade is against me. Okay, I'm gonna reverse the position. And there is something very simple. So if your bias changed in the last 60 seconds based on nothing, it's usually emotion, not analysis. So you're way too zoomed in and you need to zoom out and take a step back. Maybe even put the position in, go away from your laptop. Could also be an amazing cue for this. So, and this is something what, for example, poker players do. They have rules for certain hands and how much they bet on certain hands. It's the same for trading. When you come up with these stories, remember, it's just your monkey mind. So the setup isn't perfect, but I believe it's gonna go higher. See, you're telling yourself like a weird story, but it's not the reality. Or, oh, I have this feeling, blah, 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 blah. Also just a story. It's a thought. It's not you. It's not your rational mind. Or I just take a small position, also very nice. And we all know how it's gonna end up. You're gonna lose it, or you're even gonna add later to the position. and all these stories. So you need to have like these fixed rules before you enter the trade, because when you enter the trade, it's already too late. All of this. So we all don't want to skip our checklist. If you start skipping your checklist and you realize it and you build the awareness, you need to go away. You need to go away, close your laptop, shut down your screen, whatever you do, just walk away. And it's so famous. I mean, all of us do this. A lot of people do this, you know, kind of like, oh my God, get that money back. But you need to accept the risk before entering the trade. After you lost it, it's gone. It's part of the game. So, yeah. And this one, why do I keep kind of like repeating myself? Because I feel like the more we talk about this, the more it kind of sits with you and you try to, or you start to understand. So, confidence is a feeling. Overconfidence is also a feeling. You know, and how much risk you're putting on. There are different risk models which you need to learn. Like, not every trade is the same risk size. So, and you have to be very, for example, I have what it's called like restricted. I have a certain risk. I cannot overextend this risk. Otherwise, I would just be clicking like crazy and I would blow all the time. So, if you're over risking, you will always get humbled, no matter what, because you're not used to it mentally, and you will get humbled. And this is a very famous pattern, for example, like this, what it's called, let me think, it's kind of like a boom and bust. So let's say you stick to your rules, you got like 20 good trades, and then boom, with 1 or 2 trades, you erase your entire account or the entire progress of the entire week. Why? Because you start oversizing, you're getting overconfident. Confidence, the feeling, it's a feeling inside of you. You can feel it sometimes. And the more you put awareness towards this feeling, you will sit with it and understand it. So, this is very important, and it's very important because once you are on the battlefield, on the war zone, on the war ground, whatever it's called, like when you're in front of the chart and you're executing, it's too late. It's already too late. You're doing something. So this won't help you, and that's why you need to have it upfront, very clear what you're going to do. And like I said, staring at the chart won't give you more experience, or maybe it will give you more experience about understanding if you actually do something, search for levels and see how they react on a certain asset. Yes, but if you stare for too long, at some point you're going into autopilot and you're just getting distracted, and then you start to trade every move, and then I don't know, you feel like, oh my God, I need to do something. And what happens so often, like I could talk about this for hours because I've spent so much time doing this. I lose the track of the higher time frame. It happens so often to me, like so often. Then I go down to 15 seconds and I just see, oh my God, it's touching the trend line. I just want to execute here. And this is all your monkey autopilot. You're not aware anymore. So go away. Go away. Just close your laptop. And yeah. So a very simple ritual. I want to do it as simple as possible. Basically, what you do is first, hands off your computer. Lean back. Maybe even close your eyes. Don't look at the chart. Don't look at your laptop, just close your eyes. I did it in the last video and I didn't know what the price was doing. And maybe do like 3 very slow breaths, like very, very slow inhale, very slow and very slow out. And then ask yourself, okay, what is my body doing? What is the plan for today? any of the 6 signs we talked about are firing. Can you feel something? Is any of this like happening right now? And then is this so? Let's put a better question. If you need to decide, if I could only take one trade per month, would I still take this setup? If the answer is no, it's probably an emotion. So, and this is maybe a little bit more advanced with this question, because when you're a beginner, sometimes you don't know what your edge 100% is, but if you got a pretty clear idea about what kind of setup you play, then there you go. And that's basically it of the part 2. I wanted to keep it this time a little bit more short, so it's easier to digest and very practical. And this time I created kind of like this, what it's called, like this PowerPoint or whatever this is. So you can very easily see, okay, this is how we're gonna do it. And I'm gonna do another video about trading psychology. Maybe I'm gonna do technical analysis, but I don't feel like technical analysis is so important for me, because it's like whatever. So yeah, I hope you like this video. If you want to see more about trading psychology or technical analysis, just put it in the comments. So the more you guys engage, the more likely I will post more often. And yeah, I hope you could learn something from this. And the most important part, which I cannot stress enough, is go practice. Go practice awareness. Also in the real world, go into stressful situations, realize that you're stressed, realize how your body feels, realize what your breath is, realize anything. Get aware. And then don't act on it. Don't say this is a bad thing, that my body is tight, that my breath is shallow, that I'm angry, whatever. Just realize it, stay with it for 1, 2, 3 minutes, and it will disappear. Have a good day.